There is a bad habit you've tried to stop for many times. You've just confirmed that you can't stop that bad habit. In today's video, I have brought for you 2 strategies. They are feasible, phenomenal, that you can use to stop those bad habits that you had got accustomed to. I'm called Abdulrahman Kajumba, an enthusiast to self-improvement and personal growth. So, let's take an example of a habit of taking alcohol or overspeeding, because with overspeeding, I'm very sure that it's a bad habit, and I used to be one of those guys who could drive on a high speed thinking that I'm always in control of the vehicle, of which is not that way. You don't know when the tire can go off from that vehicle. You can feel that you are in control of the steering, but what you are not in control is the fixation or the damage on the tire and other things on the vehicle. So let's take an example that you've tried much, asking yourself that how are you going to stop that bad habit. I just said that let's use an example of driving very fast. I want you to start with this strategy. We call it mental aversion. Can you start opposing what you're doing in your mind with the thinking that if you continue to do what you are doing, there is a worst case scenario that can make you to suffer in the long run? Oh, you can use what we call fear-based visualization. You start to think about negativity, then you get fear that it's going to happen. Then I request you to take your time thinking that if I continue driving on a high speed, one day the tire can go off from my vehicle, then the vehicle can overturn, maybe I die, I leave my wife, I leave my children suffering, then why don't I stop overspeeding? The mind will start to oppose what you're doing that you got accustomed to, because it has fed, it has digested that this worst case scenario is going to happen. Then your mind is fearing while you are still accustomed to it. The subconscious mind is going to start talking to you that, do you know that you might die now? Why are you overspeeding? How are you going to leave your children when you continue to drive at that speed? Mental aversion. You can even sleep while thinking about the worst that might happen. By the time you wake up, your mind has now got a stand of fear or negativity that will always oppose that bad habit that you had got accustomed to. Is that very hard? It's not very hard. First, confirm that what I'm doing is not good for my future. Okay, fine. This is overspeeding. Now, what might happen in case I continue to do this and this? You know, I remember my boss, before I joined the company that I'm working in, he used to tell me that I will terminate you when you overspeed. So it fed in me that if I overspeed and I lose this job, how will I live without this lovely job that I loved by then? It forced me not to overspeed at all. So you can also think that way. You can also sleep thinking about what might go wrong, how you will suffer if you continue to take alcohol, that you will get sick, your lungs can get affected. Then you go to the hospital, you start asking that, where am I going to get money to treat these lungs? Yet I had time not to make them get affected by not taking cigarette, by not taking alcohol. I just gave an example. That's one strategy. The second strategy that is enjoyable on a short term is that, can you take much time doing more and more of what you know that it's a bad habit? Counterintuitive. Confirm that this is a bad habit. Okay, but I'm accustomed to it. I feel like I can't control myself not to do it. Okay, do it more and more. If you've been doing it 3 times a day, do it 6 times a day. Do you know what's going to happen? You are going to lose the appetite. Think about the good food that you think that you want to eat every day. When you eat it for a full month, will you still be interested in that food? The answer is no, no matter how good it is. The same applies to this bad habit. You can entice this strategy by thinking about the worst that can come in when you continue that bad habit. Remember what I said? Double or make it more than 4 times, 5 times that bad habit, while thinking about the worst that might come from that bad habit. Men, you are driving on high speed all the time. Okay, do more of it. Think about it. What if the tire gets off from this car that I'm trying to overspeed, increase the speed again and again? What will happen? You'll start to feel you are shaking. You'll get fear. But again, as I have said, that when you do something again and again, you're going to reach a time when you feel like you are bored to do it. You are not having the mood, the morale to do it. A healthy food that is being eaten by you for many days, you'll stop loving it. There is someone who used to eat beans and posho in school for many years. Even now, when you tell him or her that we're going to cook beans today, he or she will say that I can't eat that food, that beans and posho, because of the long time that he was eating that food. Is that very hard? There are 2 strategies that you can use in day-to-day life to stop any bad habit that had become part of you. What do you think about this video? I'm called Abdulrahman Kajumba. I found also this video, it might be valuable to you. Please watch it. Let's meet